What's up, people? And welcome. Welcome to my Smackdown review. As we are 12 days away from WrestleMania. Oh my god, this show tonight. I don't know what's going on with Smackdown now, but what is this, 3 weeks in a row? I think this show's not been really good. And a lot of these matches, and I would say for both shows right now, for both Raw and SmackDown, it hasn't been a very good build to WrestleMania. And as we kicked off the show, we only have 3 announcers this time. David Otunga was back. Still no Mauro Ranallo, 2 weeks now. Maybe the snowstorm I would get, but now they say he's out sick. Kind of strange if you ask me. We haven't seen Mauro Ranallo for 2 weeks now. But JBL and Tom Phillips were there. And we kicked off the show with AJ Styles beating up Shane McMahon from the video of last week. And as they showed that video, Daniel Bryan pretty much wanted to know where Shane was, and AJ wanted to know where he was. And he said, you know, he ought to be fired, but he's not. So, since he's not fired and everything, AJ think that Shane just has like most McMahon trying to make it like a vendetta or something to come after him. But AJ says, he says, I can beat up Shane McMahon again, and I'm gonna go tell the world. And as AJ Styles came out to cut a promo, which I don't think really had any of his gear on anyways, but his WrestleMania 3 shirt and hat, he had no idea how, you people have no idea how it felt good to get his hands on Shane McMahon, because I beat him up. I put his head through a car window. And, he had the audacity to have a match against who? Shane McMahon. He laughed at Shane McMahon's challenge. Because I'm a former WWE champion. I'm one of the best in the world, as he says. And he wrestled just the opportunity to go to WrestleMania. He warned Shane McMahon he was going to meet him in the parking lot later again, and things would be phenomenally worse. So AJ tried out here on this promo, tried to be a little bit too funny at one point, but he said he's above Shane McMahon, he's better than him, and that Shane McMahon is nothing, he can take him out any day of the week. But we'll see what happens tonight. He's going to be waiting in the parking lot all night for Shane McMahon just walking around. Corbin then walked up to Dean Ambrose, walked up to Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin walked up to Daniel Bryan asking about Dean Ambrose. And, Dean Ambrose isn't here, so I'm going to go hit the blackjack table since they're in the Mohegan Sun Casino tonight. And as, Bryan pretty much said, you are going to be in a match tonight. You're against Randy Orton. You got the Gronk out there from the Patriots, Robert Gronkowski out there in the crowd. A match that, why we're having this match right now, what I'm about to say, for the Tag Team Champions. The Tag Team Championships right now. And why are we doing this match? American Alpha versus the Usos. First off, I didn't even know it was a #1 contender match last week. That match was so dead that no one in the crowd cared that they started chanting Kurt Angle. The fact that we're giving away a title match right now, and we're literally, under a week or 2 away from WrestleMania, is just very mind-boggling. I will say one thing, at least JBL said something, pretty much giving his thoughts and prayers to, shout out to Jim Ross, whose wife was in a very serious accident today. Yeah, it's really sad what happened to his wife today. I believe she was hit by his wife was hit by a truck while she was on the scooter going to the gym. So, all thoughts and prayers to Jim Ross and his wife right now, like, for real. But, the fact that they did this tag team match for the titles, which it wasn't that bad of a match, but I sat there and looked at it like, what was the point of doing this match if WrestleMania is a week or 2 away? And I'm thinking American Alpha's about to win and stuff, but the Usos were able to pretty much get through the whole Steiner finisher thing with the Bulldog. And pretty much after that, the Usos pretty much got in the ring, super kicked Jason Jordan, and the Usos are not the Tag Team Championship. So let me get this straight. You could have done this at WrestleMania, but The Usos get it on Smackdown tonight, which will probably have a rematch at WrestleMania for the title. Since we just gotta add random matches together, we'll just do the tag team division like this without any really type of real build up or anything going into WrestleMania. Let's set this straight. The Usos cut a very great promo, but then they disappeared for about 2 weeks. Then we get a match between them that was once again a giveaway, that just a free giveaway. Regular match. Here's now, tonight, we give a title match free giveaway with a title change. So what, we can do another rematch at WrestleMania, most likely, where the American Alpha will win? Well, what's the point of doing this match? Please, I just hope they don't put, like, multiple tag teams in this title match. Like, I feel like, they may just add random all the other tag teams on SmackDown, and then do some multiple gauntlet thing or something in WrestleMania, but I highly doubt that. It may be just a rematch, but I don't see what was the point of this title change tonight if we only have WrestleMania literally 12 days away from now. So that's almost pretty much a week away from now. So that's just odd and strange to me. What was the point of doing that? Just weird in my opinion. Luke Harper was shown backstage. Pretty much say, he burned Sister Abigail and unleashed it to the world, but now he's going to, since Orton destroyed her, Harper said he's going to destroy him now. One thing we got tonight was these very bad segments. This has went on throughout multiple times throughout the night of Miz and Maurice doing this never before seen footage of the Total Divas thing and stuff, where, well, Total Bella's bullshit. I'll say this right here. All these segments were damn near bullshit, not even that funny. That we had Maurice dressed as both the Bella twins, and Miz was playing as John Cena, pretty much acting like a robot, imitating his voice, and kept trying to act like he was going to propose to Nikki. And this was just a very, listen, I don't know, I'll get to more of this in a minute as I go on, because I have a lot to say about this whole fucking bullshit tonight. Randy Orton then went against Baron Corbin, which was a somewhat good match, but it didn't really do anything to go towards the Orton and Wyatt thing. It pretty much ended up with Dean Ambrose interference standing on top of a forklift, which Corbin got distracted and Orton hit the RKO. Pretty good match. I felt it was a little bit somewhat sluggish at one point. That it looked like when Corbin does that deep six, Orton didn't really go in the air all the way. But I don't know. Corbin and Ambrose pretty much came out there at the end, went to the ring, got on the mic, and he says, "I accept your challenge and everything, and it will be for the Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania," and he hit a dirty deeds before leaving, which I don't feel like this feud has really gone that much. Once again, I feel like they haven't really built a lot into it. They already did a forklift thing like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and we didn't even see them on TV last week. We probably saw Corbin in a backstage segment, I believe, and that was it. But now he's seen Dean Ambrose, and now he's accepted the challenge. We knew this title match was coming. It's just about damn time they made it official. And then we had Randy Orton backstage, was talking, and he talked about, baiting Bray Wyatt, just baiting Sister Abigail's ashes. And then the lights went out, and then Orton was surrounded by people in sheep masks. And as he looked around, he started to fight them, but they grabbed Orton and held him against the wall as Bray Wyatt had this symbol in his hands and just kind of knighted him like a sword, like, someone, uses a sword, just dubbed him and everything. But he thanked Orton for finding the one flaw and the one weakness, and now that became his greatest source of power. And he pretty much started singing, "He's got the whole world in his hands," and stuff. And that pretty much ended it right there. So, wasn't much to say other than now Bray Wyatt now commands 50 people he can call now for some reason. So he's got like 50 guys in sheep masks, which I thought one of them would have been Eric Rowan, but we haven't seen that guy in so long. I don't know. So I don't really know what to say about that segment that much. But I don't know, it was okay. Some people don't like the whole, some say the hocus pocus thing, not making a feud great. Because in a way, this feud has kind of tamed down a little ever since. It's like when we had the whole burning of the compound, that shit was lit. But now it's kind of died down a little. They need something big to do it before WrestleMania. But next we have Fandango and Tyler Breeze dressed as Nikki Bella. God knows why. Or they called him Breezy Bella. And Fandango grabbed the mic and started talking about Cena's clothes and stuff, wearing the jorts in 2017. And oh my god, this is just horrible. I don't know where this is going, but I don't know what they have in Tyler Breeze do at this point. And let's be honest about Tyler Breeze 1 minute real quick. This guy used to be a big name in NXT and was like a big heel. This guy went against Jushin Thunder Liger at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn, and this is what he's been reduced to? They've done nothing for this guy ever since he came to the main roster. And his fashion police is doing nothing. And then Nikki Bella comes out. Cena literally just does his whole shoulder block and proto bomb and five knuckle shuffle, and then Breeze jumped in the ring and Nikki Bella took him with a tackle, and then Cena and her did a pretty much did two FUs. I guess Nikki Bella did a TKO, and then they hit the STFU, and then I don't know why none of this was a DQ. Why wasn't this any DQ in this match? But they both made them tap out, and that was it. Jesus Christ, that was just fucking bad. Like, I don't know. I don't know who's supposed to be a heel now at this point. This is really dumb. You know, at first when Cena and Miz were cutting these shoot promos at each other, okay, this shit was lit. I don't want it to be a tag team match. I'd rather have seen a one-on-one. That's when they had some fuel to the fire. Even Miz saying more and more, on talking smack. But in the past week or two, to what we've seen, this is just nothing but some way to promote most likely Total Bellas or Divas or bullshit. These whole segments was bullshit. And they look like they wanted to, I feel like they're using this and they're going to put it on that show. And I don't even watch those shows, but I feel like they're using this as a promo thing to put on there. Because people do not watch Total Bellas. I don't watch the show because they're just saying things from it and stuff like, I don't know where this comes from because I didn't watch the show. I have no interest in watching it. So we'll get to the final segment in a minute, but you know, the Tyler Breeze thing, Jesus, that went from battling Jushin Thunder fucking Liger to this. Becky Lynch went against Carmella. Natalya was on commentary. This match literally went 30 seconds, and then Mickie James ran out and Alexa Bliss. They all battled each other. They just brawled, and then Alexa Bliss was the last one standing. Which one? I'll say both things about both women's matches for WrestleMania. Wow, a lot of multi-women's matches. So if Naomi comes back next week, I do hope. But this whole thing, they just made them run out there and just have Alexa Bliss stand tall for no reason. They haven't really built them into that much going into WrestleMania. And honestly, both women's matches for both shows have not really gone into any good build. I've already said what I had about Raw with this whole Nia Jax thing and her being added at the last minute and how bad that was that the crowd turned on both women's matches. And you saw the chants from last night. Ooh. And yeah, we saw how those chants went, so they pretty much turned. Okay. Come on. Walk. Walk. Okay, hold that thought. Well, oh, my bad. But yes, they've done nothing. Both of these women's, matches. I've already just said it. Like I said, the crowd turned on it in Brooklyn last night. No one cared. It's just like they're just adding and adding and adding. That it's just, like I said, there's just a lot of multi-man matches for WrestleMania this year. Just multiple, just multi-man matches. So this whole thing did nothing for the women right there, and barely even focused on the whole title thing for WrestleMania. So that was past. And then back to this total Bellas crap. Miz pretty much sounded like Robot Cena and talked about his house rules. And Maurice, once again, they did these teasing proposal things and talked about DDP yoga. And Maurice pretty much looked shocked and disappointed. Which it was like, okay, the DDP thing was funny. That one was funny. So that was it. But this has done nothing. They're just taking the same jokes and just recycling it over and over. So this whole match is just stupid. This whole tag team match is retarded. I never thought this was a good idea to begin with. I still don't think it's a good idea now. Yes, did I say the shoot promos were good in the beginning? Yes, but I've seen a one-on-one match. That would have been a really good match. To what I see right here and right now, this is just plain bad. This is just stupid. And this is supposed to be a big match at WrestleMania. This is what you have John Cena do? Hold the title for 2 weeks and saddle him along with this. Man, no wonder he made those references to The Undertaker. That would have been a better match. Because this whole thing was just horrible. There was only like one good joke, and that was it. But whatever they were doing just like fell just to some other level that it did not stay on the focus now. It just lost all its heat. AJ Styles was then about to jump Shane McMahon in a car until you only saw Rhino and Slater. Until Shane McMahon was in the ring and Renee told him that Shane McMahon was waiting on him, and Shane McMahon was in the ring, and he told AJ to approach him like a man at least, because instead of blindsiding me. AJ Styles came out there trying to apologize. So, I made a mistake and everything. You don't come out like the other McMahon. As he tried to apologize, as soon as AJ got in the ring, Shane McMahon doing his punches, punch, and stuff, just literally went in, started hammering AJ Styles, and AJ did suplex him into the barricade, but oh my God, Shane McMahon and AJ Styles have to sell to Shane McMahon doing these moves, especially with those punches and stuff, which is just retarded sometimes. But Styles cleared the announce table, but Shane pretty much hit him with some type of suplex onto the top of the announce table cover, and then he hit him with a monitor and put him on the table, and Shane pretty much went up there and did his elbow and missed the entire spot. I swear he barely hit AJ Styles doing that elbow off the table. Barely hit him doing that. It just did not look good. It looked like just Shane hit the table. That was it. Like Shane missed the whole thing. Barely even close to hitting the table. Alright? He barely hit it. Hit AJ Styles. Just hit the table. And everybody pretty much went to holy shit chants. So they did react, but then kind of got quiet really quickly. And then Shane McMahon pointed at the sign, and we will have AJ Styles versus Shane McMahon at WrestleMania. My God, this episode of Smackdown was bad. This was bad. Odd booking, odd title changes. that Cena match, those segments with Miz and Maurice, the women just, they did nothing for them. We only had like what? Well, the only thing that was really actually decent was Orton and Corbin. That was it. But Dean Ambrose and Corbin's feud just feels flat. This whole ending, which we knew what was coming, just AJ Styles has to sell and make Shane McMahon look good as possible. Why are we doing this match, which will most possibly be a train wreck, and Shane McMahon will do some crazy dive. Get ready for a crazy dive. You know that dive is coming, and you know you can see it from a mile away. So get ready. And I think people will mostly cheer both of them when they get to WrestleMania. I know they're trying to make AJ Styles the heel, but you see people chanting AJ Styles here tonight, and they will chant for them at WrestleMania and Shane McMahon too. So I don't know where this is going, but it's official pretty much, people. You got Shane McMahon versus AJ Styles at WrestleMania. My God, this is not gonna be good this year. And Smackdown didn't even have a good episode. And on a side note, real quick, I will say this about the Hall of Fame. Who inducted into it. I don't usually add this into a review, but yes, Eric Bischoff is inducting DDP. And one that really, really surprised me. Jim Cornette inducting the Rock and Roll Express into the Hall of Fame. Now, people have been going nuts over Jim Cornette, and even I'll say this right here. As much as I would love to see Jim Cornette go up there and bury Kevin Dunn, that would be the most hilarious thing in the world. I know he doesn't like Triple H. He doesn't like a lot of people in that company. Stephanie, Russo, just because. Yes, I think he doesn't like Kevin Owens. It's a lot of people. Johnny Ace. It's a lot of people that Jim Cornette doesn't like in that company. But I think I know they pay Jim Cornette a lot of money, but I do believe Jim Cornette will probably keep it professional. The Rock and Roll Express is they're his friends. It's their time to shine. It's their moment. I don't think he would want to ruin that. Now, if somebody goes and chants F Kevin Dunn in the crowd, and I hope it's very loud, that'll be hilarious to see. It would be fun if he just went up there and buried Kevin Dunn. That would be hilarious. I would love to see Jim Cornette. I've listened to his podcast many times. He buries his company every other week, which I really don't have no problem with that because he's telling the truth most of the time anyways. But I really would just do, he's just going to do his job, and he's going to put, Ricky and Robert over. They're his friends. He won't screw them over on their day. Like I said, I still think it'd be funny if he buries Kevin Dunn. That would be funny. Even Russo, just for shits and giggles, or he would say, "Thank you, fuck you, bye." That would be great. But we know what will happen, and that's. I just want to keep a side note on the whole Jim Cornette and Eric Bischoff inducting, people in the Hall of Fame. But SmackDown was just not that good tonight, folks. Listen, Raw is usually more horrible than this, but this was just not a really good episode. Just didn't think it was that good. It just wasn't a lot going into this, and I just, like I said, odd title matches and this Shane McMahon, which we knew what was coming. All right, we just knew it was coming. And who else did we have? The women, and that even a match, just literally a 30-second no contest thing that happened, and it just wasn't a lot going on. It just wasn't a lot. The bad Miz segments, they just weren't that funny. It was probably like one joke, but it wasn't really never that funny in to begin with. Cena doing that match, Tyler Breeze, I just don't know why. Seeing John Cena and Nikki Bella do pretty much those double finishes of his moves is just odd. It was odd last week, and it's odd now. This was just bad. I don't think the crowd cared that much a lot about this whole show. To an extent, it wasn't like Raw where they're gonna hijack the whole thing, which was rightly deserved because that show was bad. So I don't know, but we'll just have to find out and see what goes down with that. But I'm out of here. I will see you guys later. Peace out. Check out my Raw review.